When the light of truth illuminates the mind, man realizes that he has never turned away from God. Babaji, a question for you. Have you ever listened to the sounds of the universe? Not the sound of the wind blowing through the trees or the waves crashing on the shore, but a sound frequency hidden deep within you, the frequency of enlightenment. The ancients believed that there was a divine sound that connected people to God. In the East, it is called Nada Brahma, the universe is sound. In the ancient Indian tradition, there was a special frequency known as 963 Hz, known as the frequency of God, the frequency that helps people open their minds to the highest level and connect with the true self. Babaji, the immortal master who is known as Mahavatar, the embodiment of cosmic intelligence, once said, "The secret of the universe lies not in what the eye sees, but in what the heart can feel." Today, I want to share with you the mysteries of the 963 Hz frequency, how it can change your life, how it helps you connect with the wisdom of God. 963 Hz, the key to connecting with God. Imagine standing on top of a high mountain in the middle of the vast heaven and earth. The wind blew through each tree, and the sound of birds singing echoed throughout the space. But in that moment, you close your eyes and listen, a subtle sound begins to emerge from within. It does not come from the outside world, but from yourself, from the deepest part of the mind. It's the 963 Hz frequency, known as the God's frequency, a sacred frequency referenced in many ancient civilizations, from Hinduism and Buddhism to the mystical teachings of Egypt, Kabbalah, and Sufism. Why is 963 Hz called God's frequency? In the universe, everything is vibration. Every atom, every cell in your body oscillates with a certain frequency. Sages have known for thousands of years that sound is not only a physical phenomenon, but also a means of connecting the soul to God. The 963 Hz frequency is considered the highest in the Solfeggio frequency system, an ancient set of frequencies capable of regulating spiritual and physical energy. It is capable of open the gateway to the higher consciousness, helping people to feel the presence of God. Activates the pineal gland, the part associated with intuition and enlightenment. Unleash the limits of the ego, help people achieve unity with the universe. The scientific discovery of 963 Hz. The pineal gland is a small organ located deep in the brain, often referred to as the third eye or Ajna chakra in yoga. Studies show that when we are exposed to a frequency of 963 Hz, the pineal gland is activated, which increases intuitive abilities and spiritual connections. Dr. Masaru Emoto's experiments on water show that water molecules change shape when exposed to different sound frequencies. At 963 Hz, the water crystals form a perfectly symmetrical structure, like a sacred mandala, showing the harmony of energy. When listening to 963 Hz in a meditative state, brain waves will shift to a gamma state, a transcendent state of consciousness where humans can experience unity with the universe. Babaji once said, "Sound is the bridge between the visible and invisible worlds." When you listen to your inner voice, you will hear the voice of God. The connection between the frequency of 963 Hz and ancient yoga. Thousands of years ago, masters knew how to use sound to open up higher consciousness. Babaji taught his disciples about a special method called Nada Yoga, yoga of sound. Nada yoga is a meditation path that relies on inner sound to achieve a state of enlightenment. In practice, the practitioner focuses on the cosmic sound within himself. At first, it may just be a buzzing sound, then more subtle sounds such as the sound of a bell or a crashing wave. As the practitioner goes deeper, this sound becomes a pure vibration, leading them to a connection with God. Babaji teaches that the sound of the universe never stops, but only those who listen with their hearts can hear it. When you are exposed to the frequency of 963 Hz, you are activating the purest flow of energy, the energy that helps you escape the limitations of the world, erase the illusions of the ego, and realize your true nature. The story of Babaji's disciple and the experience of enlightenment. There is an old story about a young disciple of Babaji. He came to him with a heartache that contained, "Teacher, I have meditated, I have chanted, I have lived an ascetic life, but I have not yet felt the presence of God. Where are you?" Babaji looked at the disciple, smiled, and said, "Close your eyes. Listen." The disciple complied, but only heard the wind and the sound of the mountain forest. Babaji said again, "Listen within me." This time, in a moment of deep silence, the disciple suddenly heard an echoing sound, not from outside but from within his own soul, a sound that echoed like a bell in the middle of the vast universe. Babaji said softly, "It is the voice of God. When you hear this sound, you will no longer be lost." From that day on, the disciple understood that God had never left us. It was just that our minds were too noisy to listen to Him. 963 Hz frequency activation methods. Sound meditation, Nada yoga. Sit quietly, close your eyes, focus on the energy flow on the top of your head, crown chakra, and listen to your inner sounds. Chanting OM or AUM, this is a primordial sound that can activate a frequency of 963 Hz and open up higher perceptions. Listening to music at 963 Hz, many studies show that listening to this sound can help reduce stress, enhance alertness, and spiritual connection. Practice silence, Mauna Sadhana. Take a period of time each day not to talk, not to touch electronic devices, just to listen and feel the energy within. Babaji teaches that when you stop and listen, you will see that every answer you seek is already within you. The mystery of the pine thread, the door to God. Babaji once said, "The fire within me is the light of God." When you look inside, you will see what the naked eye cannot see. In the human body, there is a small but extremely powerful gland, the pineal gland. This is not only a biological organ, but also a door to higher dimensions. Pine glands and their role in spirituality. The pineal gland is located in the center of the brain, just between the two hemispheres of the brain, and is structured like a tiny eye. It is referred to as the third eye in many spiritual traditions. In Hinduism, it involves the Ajna chakra, the sixth chakra, the center of higher wisdom and awareness. In Buddhism, the Buddha is depicted with a third eye, which symbolizes enlightenment. In ancient Egypt, the eye of the god Horus was shaped like a pineal gland, symbolizing spiritual power. 963 Hz frequency and pine gland activation. When you listen to or meditate at 963 Hz, the energy of this sound acts directly on the pineal gland, activating it like a light being turned on. Babaji once instructed his disciples in a meditation to open the pineal glands. Sit in a meditative position, keep your spine straight, relax your whole body. Close your eyes and focus on the middle of the forehead where the chakra ajna is located. Chant the sound of a Om very slowly, feeling the vibration move to the top of his head. Imagine a brilliant purple or white light emanating from the pineal gland. Listen to the 963 Hz frequency while meditating to enhance the activation effect. After a period of practice, the practitioner can begin to experience major changes. Feeling more awake and clear. Increased intuition and connection to the universe. Reduce stress, anxiety, and feel absolute peace. Images and colors can be seen in meditation. Babaji teaches that when my pineal gland awakens, you will see the world with the eyes of the soul, no longer bound by the illusions of the world. Brain waves and the connection with a frequency of 963 Hz. Modern science has proven that the frequency of 963 Hz has a strong impact on brain waves, helping people enter a higher state of consciousness. Types of brain waves and their relationship with the mind. The human brain works with many different types of electromagnetic waves. Beta wave, 14 to 30 Hz, a state of alertness, logical thinking, but also prone to stress. Alpha wave, 8 to 13 Hz, a state of relaxation, which helps focus and creativity. Theta waves, 4 to 7 Hz, a state of deep meditation, connected to the subconscious. Delta wave, 0.5 to 3 Hz, deep sleep, energy recovery. Gamma waves, 30 to 100 Hz, a transcendental, open-minded state of consciousness. The frequency of 963 Hz activates gamma waves, helping people experience the state of merging with the universe. Increase creativity and intuition. Expanding spiritual abilities, connecting with higher souls. The story of the disciple achieving a state of unity. Once, a disciple asked Babaji, "Teacher, how do you know that you are connected to God?" Babaji pointed to the night sky, where the stars twinkled in the vast sky. "Do you see those stars?" The disciple nodded. "Now, close your eyes and imagine that you are no longer a body, but the light of the stars themselves." The disciple complied, and in that moment, he felt a wave of energy that filled his body, a feeling of infinite expansion, as if he had become a part of the sky, of the vast universe. Babaji smiled slightly and said, "That is union with God." When you let go of your ego, you will find that you have never been separated from Him. When you are exposed to 963 Hz, you enter a state of wakefulness, where the boundary between you and the universe is no longer there. There is only unity, only pure light. The secret of unity, we are one. One of the most important teachings that Babaji teaches is all is one. When you raise your vibration frequency to 963 Hz, you begin to feel this truth, that you are no longer separate from all things. You are not a single individual, but part of the vast universe as a whole. God is not far away. He is in every breath of me, in every cell, in every ray of the sun asterisk. 963 Hz, the bridge between the soul and the universe. When you meditate at 963 Hz, you will feel a gentle flow of energy flowing through your body, expanding your heart and mind. You may see sacred images, feel a brilliant light, or hear an inner voice leading you. Many people who experience the 963 Hz frequency have described that they felt an absolute peace that had never existed before. They have deep dreams about spiritual realms and spiritual messages. They feel guided by an invisible resource, but very clear and powerful. They feel unconditional love, not only from God, but from within themselves. Babaji teaches that man cannot see God with the naked eye, but you can feel Him when your heart is open to light. The 963 Hz frequency is the key to helping you open that door. Indications that you are in sync with the 963 Hz frequency. How do you know that you are really connected to this energy? Here are the common signs in people who have entered this state of high vibration. You feel an unconditional peace. The previous worries and fears seem to disappear. You are no longer dominated by strong negative emotions. It's easy to forgive yourself and others. Your intuition becomes sharper. You can feel something before it happens. You can hear or feel the inner guidance. You have dreams that are full of meaning and feel like someone is guiding you. You feel a deep connection to nature and the universe. When you look up at the starry sky, you feel like you belong there. When you hear the sound of the waves, the wind, and the birds singing, you feel the rhythm of the universe. You find yourself in more harmony with nature. You can feel the energy of plants, water, and air. You are no longer afraid of death. You understand that the soul is immortal. You feel that death is not the end, but only a transition. You look at everything with the eyes of eternity. You see the light when you meditate. In the deep state of meditation, you may see a flash of violet, blue, or white light. Sometimes you can feel like there's a window opening in your mind, leading you to another world. You feel such an immense love that you may shed tears of happiness. Babaji taught, when you look at the world with the eyes of the soul, you will see that everything is light. Practice daily to synchronize with the 963 Hz frequency. Here are some ways you can integrate 963 Hz into your daily life. Listen to music at 963 Hz. Listen to meditation music or 963 Hz audio every day for at least 15 to 30 minutes. Listen before bed to increase your ability to connect spiritually in dreams. Meditation with white light. Sit quietly, take a deep breath, and imagine a stream of white light surrounding your body. Feeling that light cleanses all your energy and expands your mind. Keep away from low vibrations. Limit exposure to negative energy such as negative news, controversy, fear. Make time for things that make you feel peaceful and happy. Living with an open heart. Practice gratitude every day. Spread love to everyone, even to those who hurt you. Look at everything with the eyes of tolerance and understanding. Babaji says, every path leads to God, but the fastest path is the path of love. The final transformation. When you actually hit the 963 Hz frequency, a radical change takes place. The personal ego dissolves, giving way to mercy with the universe. Fear is replaced by absolute trust and peace. The old questions are no longer important because you have found the answer within yourself. You see the world not with your eyes, but with your pure mind. At that point, you no longer try to search because you realize that you have never lost anything. Babaji said, "You don't need to go anywhere. You just need to wake up and remember who you are." Message from Babaji to you. If Babaji were standing in front of you right now, he would not have asked you to go deep into the forest or to the mountains in search of the truth. He will simply say, "Close your eyes. Listen. Feel the flow of energy in your child. Remember that you are the light, and that light is God. It's all ready. You don't have to look for it anymore. You've got home. Live as light." The frequency of 963 Hz is not a distant thing. It's you. It's always there, waiting for you to wake up and embrace. When you live in awakening, you become the guiding light for others. You don't have to say too much, you don't have to prove anything, just be present with your energy, and the world around you will change. Now, I want you to close your eyes for a few seconds, take a deep breath, and feel you've changed. And so is the world. Spread this message. If this article has touched your heart, spread your light. Let 963 Hz be more than just a frequency, but a way of life, a way of being, a journey back to yourself. The universe will always guide you. Every soul is a ray of God. When you realize that, you will no longer be afraid of the dark. Babaji, move on, but this time with an open heart and an awakened soul. Namaste.